As Belvau's population approaches 400, residents are beginning to imagine what the town could become. Some want to keep Belvau a quaint countryside town. A new restaurant and an elementary school would be enough for them. Others have grander ambitions. They're hoping for a water ballet, a theater, a fine art auction house, and a university, all of the big city amenities. But there's one thing everyone seems to agree on. No matter what Belvau becomes, they'd like to see a carnival. A place with a ferris wheel, a merry-go-round, and games for kids and adults alike. The kind of place that brings a whole community together. So today, that's exactly what we're building. We'll build a beautiful fairgrounds for Belvau. We'll also add a few small town amenities and appreciate Belvau for what it is now before it grows into something new. And if you're happy to be back in town to city, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if you haven't heard, the animal update's coming later on this month. So leave a comment letting me know what animal you're most excited to see for the sake of engagement. And without further ado, let's jump right in. I've been thinking a lot about where the most appropriate location for a carnival would be, and I think that two things should probably drive this decision. Number one, we want to make sure that the carnival is close to our community. This is supposed to be a community amenity after all, so we shouldn't place this so far away that people can't walk to it. And number two, I want to make sure that it's compatible with surrounding land uses. And what I mean by that is carnivals have a lot of light and they have a lot of sound, and as a result, you wouldn't want this to be close to things like a chapel or a library, or honestly even residential land uses. So that means that we either need to separate it quite a bit from our existing community, or we need to have a transition zone where we have things like restaurants or other commercial uses. So this narrows down our locations considerably because there are a number of locations that just don't make sense. Everything up here basically doesn't work because we'd have the lights and sounds that would basically travel across this pond towards these residential properties. That wouldn't work. This location up here would work, but I think it's a little bit too far from the rest of the community and it's far too prominent a location. I think maybe something like a chapel would make more sense up here than a carnival. This location right here won't work because it's too close to the library in this neighborhood. And obviously, these two locations on either side of the chapel won't work for the reasons I mentioned just a bit ago. So that leaves me with two locations that I think would work. Over here and over here. And I think that I want to go with this location because it seems just perfect. We could put the Ferris wheel right here in front of this pond and the merry-go-round right here, and then have all of our booths for food and games right in between. And then on the outside of the fairgrounds, we could have some commercial uses and transition into some residential uses. I think it could all work out really well. But first things first, we have to unlock some of these fairground amenities. And the merry-go-round and the Ferris wheel are quite a few research points. We actually only have about 700 available right now, so we can unlock one or the other. I think we'll start out with the Ferris wheel. And then I want to fully staff up our research center so that we're generating lots of research so that we can unlock the merry-go-round. Unfortunately, we only have 2 available families, so we're going to need to build more homes if we want to fully staff this thing. But I was just thinking, this is probably not the most appropriate location for the research center anymore, so maybe we should move it. If you think about it, right now, the observatory would point at either these mountains over here or foliage, or the clock tower. So I'm going to take this thing and move it over here, which I think would be a very prominent location and much more appropriate. And in my opinion, that is a much more fitting location for the research center, and it looks great. So now let's build some homes for the folks that are going to work here. And I think we'll add some of the Font Brock homes right along this road right here. And with that, we've loaded up all of these homes with families, and we should be able to load this up with researchers. Another exciting thing is we've now passed 400 in population, so this city is getting big. Now, we've got enough research points available to unlock our merry-go-round, so let's do that. And the next thing we'll want to unlock is the funfair fences for 500. And now we're ready to build our carnival, so let's build the road over to that location. First thing I want to do is figure out the entryway. And I think I want to clean this up just a little bit right here. And we'll have the entry point be right here. Now, I want to go back into the research menu to unlock the funfair fences. I'm not 100% sure what these look like, but I feel like we should look at these first. And we've got two options, a flag fence or a light fence. I think I want to go with the lights. And those are going to look so cool once we fill this area in. So let's do that. And I think we want to place the merry-go-round right about here. It fits just perfectly. And then we'll take the Ferris wheel and put this in front of the other pond. Now in the center, I think that we're going to have some options for food. And then we'll have some picnic tables in the center. That's looking pretty good. Next, let's throw in our game area. And I think that we actually only have one game, the ball throw. So I'll add it one time, and then I'll add the kiosk theater next to it, which to me kind of looks like a game. And on second thought, I'm going to move that over here. And we'll take the street organ and place that over here, which kind of looks like a game. And then we'll take the puppet theater and place that right here. And now we just need to link it all together with our plazas. I'll be honest, this took me longer than I'd like to admit to finalize the layout, but basically we've got the kiosk theater right here, our game area right here, food right here, and then our two main attractions to either side. So at this point, we just need to clean it up and make it look even better. And I think that this looks absolutely fantastic. However, it's not yet operational, and that's because we haven't added workers to anything just yet. And honestly, we can't. We only have 3 townsfolk available. Couple of ideas to resolve that though. First of all, we've got all of our researchers here asleep. Let's remove them. All except for, let's say, 2. Let's also spend down some of these research points that we have, and we'll unlock pottery, as well as sign decorations and larger audiences, which will increase the effectiveness of the kiosk theater that we just placed. Now let's add workers over here. And it looks like there's no demand for the rest of these buildings. You know, after giving this some thought, I think I know why these are not functional. If we click on any of these food stalls, they're just not reaching any of the homes. So I do have to have some homes over here. And what I think I'm going to do is have a neighborhood that basically goes along this cliffside right here, facing away from the carnival. And on the road, we'll add some commercial uses. Now that we've added this little neighborhood right here, there's strong demand within our carnival. So let's add some workers. And after fully staffing everything, we need to add a warehouse. And I'll just place that right behind these homes. And we have plenty of workers available for our warehouse, which is great. And then along here, I think I'm going to place some of those commercial uses before adding a school right over here. Now this area is looking pretty darn good, so let's go ahead and add employees to all these businesses. And we are already all tapped out, but thankfully we've got some empty homes over here, so let's load them up. And this family wants to be by Plaza Decorations, and I don't want to just throw them in over here. So let's see if we have a better place for them. That is much better. And it seems like as I'm adding workers over here, I'm getting a stronger need over here. So we're going to need to just keep moving more families in. I'm quickly realizing I'm going to need more homes. So I decided to add props to all of these because I want to clone some of these. And if I clone it with props, the props will come with it. And after adding in those last few families, we were finally able to fully staff this new area, and I think that it looks fantastic. Now, there are two more things that I want to add. I want to add the restaurant, which we don't have enough research to unlock just yet, and I want to add the elementary school. So we've already got the elementary school unlocked, so I think I'll place that right about here. Now we have to add some workers here, and we need 6. So we'll start out with 1, and then I think I'm going to clone some of these homes and add a neighborhood right about here. And I'm really starting to fall in love with cloning whole buildings. You're able to build up your population really quickly and still have a very detailed look. I think that this block looks as good as any other block in the city. But the great thing is we were able to load all these homes up and now fill in every last one of these buildings with workers. So we're at an equilibrium once again. And that means that there's only one more thing left to do, and that is add our restaurant. So let's unlock it, and we'll use basically 100% of our research points to do so. And I think I have the perfect location for the restaurant, right over here where our observatory used to be. And that is an absolutely beautiful asset. I love the way that looks so much. Now, I want to get this loaded up with workers, but we're going to be short, and we're also short pumpkins. But I think that that's going to be relatively easy to fix. Let's just head over to Fontbrock for just a moment. And what I think I want to do here is make our little hobby farm real. So I'm going to delete these. And then I'm going to head over to one of our farms, edit the farm, grab pumpkins, and then we'll fill this area in with pumpkins. And I decided to load up basically the entire backyard here with pumpkins, and we'll add one employee here to our granary, and now we should have enough pumpkins to open up our restaurant. And indeed we do, so let's open it up and add employees. And interestingly, we can't because this requires artisans. So I'm going to upgrade some of these homes right here to be artisans. Oh, and I immediately regret that. I'm not sure that I like the look of these as artisans. But here's the thing, I can't downgrade them. So what I'll do instead is move these over here where I think they're a little bit more appropriate. Then I'll take these buildings and place them right here along the lake. And now we'll just clone some of these homes over here to replace the ones that I destroyed. That's good as new. So now we'll add our workers right back here, and we should have enough artisans to load up right here. Or rather, we're too shy. So what I think I'll do is upgrade this home right here. We'll move a family in, and with that, we'll still be one away, but I think that we can probably find one more here at our research center. And now we have enough families to load this up. Perfect. But I don't want to leave the research center without any workers, so I'll upgrade this home and this one, and we'll move people in. And then we'll add laborers to our research center. Perfect. Now that we're finally at an equilibrium again, let's decorate the restaurant. And this restaurant asset might be one of my favorites so far. You got seating in the front, you've got seating at the top, and you can see clear into the restaurant, and it is absolutely beautiful. I also decided to add a bit of seating in the rear, and it all gets used. It is just a great asset. And after finishing that, we've really completed a lot today. We built 3 new neighborhoods, relocated the observatory and made it a special place, added an elementary school, a restaurant, and of course, we built the Carnival. We also added 100 to the population, which is not something that I expected to do, but I'm happy to see Belvau grow. And after all that progress, I think that it's time to leave it here. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And I want to thank you so much for your time today. There's a million things that you could have been doing today, but you decided to hang out with me and expand Belvau. And for that, I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.